A brief video here about this is my first shot in Florian Girard's Mastering Nuke series that he has on CGCircuit. If you're trying to learn Nuke, it's a great series. I'd recommend it. Check it out. This one was free, and it's a really nice kind of intro shot. So I'm making this video for myself, just to kind of remind myself and re-explain some particular things that I learned that I don't want to forget. So in this shot here, and I'll just play it through, I cached it out. Pretty straightforward, the components of this shot. As you can see here are the Earth lights, the Earth clouds, the atmosphere, the sky, and then the ship itself. These come in as EXR files. And then crops here were added to make sure that the size of this shot fit the project settings, which was set at 1920 by 842, the format for this project. On the ship EXR file, baked in here was a lot of different channels. So for example, the 3-point lighting, the fill light, key light, rim light, allowing you to access and adjust the lighting on the ship itself. The emission as well, like from the afterburners, so allowing you to add glow to the light. So being able to pull this out with a shuffle node, that particular channel out, and then merging it, plussing it back in all together, and then of course copying in your alpha from the original, allows you to have access and have huge control over every single pass that is baked within that EXR file. There was also a lens flare that was added here. A note about the reformat and crop nodes. I'll kind of mention that, but just so that you're not dealing with an oversized B-box, bounding box. If you have a bounding box that gets out of control in terms of its size, you're wasting a lot of computing power, because Nuke is having to calculate those unseen pixels that are there, as opposed to just the ones within the bounding box or your format screen settings, in this case the 1920 by 842. So that's important to make sure that you're managing and keeping on top of that. Let me just go back to this here. I added some camera shake. Just watching this pack, it might be a bit much on the camera shake, but it's cool that you can do that. Also, to fake chromatic aberration. So the chromatic aberration is something that is created in real life with a camera with a lens, and so the further the camera, the further the picture or the shot pushes out from the center, you will see increased chromatic aberration. So in this case, I think we just did it with the red channel, yeah. And as you can see here, in this spot right here, the red is kind of shifted to the right. We're looking at the right part of this picture. So the way that that's done is just by scaling up, transforming up ever so slightly. As you can see here how small it is, the size of one picture over the other. And it just allows for that shift in those pixels to mimic the chromatic aberration. And then of course with grain, you can add grain if you're trying to match a grain from another shot, or if you are just adding a particular type of grain. There's some pre-built-in grains here in Nuke that you can use. And then writing your shot out, of course, in rendering it out as a image sequence. Okay, yeah, that's about it. Just wanted to kind of document this, and I'm going to try to do this for the remainder of these Nuke scripts that I'm working on. Okay, thanks.